I've been sick. I woke up the other morning and I haven't been sick in so long. And I woke up and I was going, oh my God, this is fucking awful. Like I'd been hit by a legitimate freight train and like just coughing, all the gross stuff, you know. I won't go into detail because people don't like that. I reckon this is the first time I've been sick since, you know, like last year or the year before when everyone had like, not COVID, but you know when there was then like the flu went around and everyone was just like fucked? Do you remember that? And everyone got sick?
Kinda.
Yeah, I haven't been sick since that. And I forgot, took good health for granted.
Is it a cold?
No. Oh, I don't know.
Worse.
It's not a cold. It's like a level. It's not a flu. It's not a cold, but it's just somewhere in between.
Okay.
Mate, what do they call it? Man flu.
Headache?
No, never. No headaches. Just like.
Yeah, okay.
A bit shivery.
Yeah, just in bed feeling
just like
terrible.
Yeah. Yesterday I had to call in sick to work, and I literally like slept till like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So probably just wrecked.
I don't call in sick very often either.
No.
Do you ever?
No. Because I always feel really bad.
Calling in sick is for cowards. I'll say that right now.
I won't do it. Unless like it's a must. Unless I can't. And I was like doing work with the support work yesterday. So I definitely couldn't have gone to school and etc. So I was grim, but feeling slightly better today.
That's good, mate. Glad to hear you're on the mend.
Yeah.
Is that from anything or?
So apologies, my voice sounds a bit crook.
It sounds alright.
Sounds alright? Okay. Is it I don't know. Probably just R&T.
Easy to do.
You know, burning out. No, not burning out.
We probably won't do a draft today either because, look, we might be unprepared. We'll say we're time crunched, a bit of both.
Also, potential new segment coming for those listening. The asking for a mate segment.
Oh yes.
Which is so we'll ask you. I will put it out on Instagram saying, all right, ask away questions, and they're questions that you know you don't feel comfortable asking other people, but saying that you want to know the information.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I didn't really word that very well.
Oh,
it's the kind of question you would say, oh, I'm just asking for a mate. But it's like a bit of a rogue question, pretty much.
Well, you could be asking for a mate.
You could be asking for a mate, or you probably asking for yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know what English I was trying to get out for.
That's okay.
In explaining that. But that's probably a better way to do it. But yeah, that'll be starting next week, hopefully. So we'll also put a message on Instagram reminding people that we're doing that. Yeah. If you're listening, new segment coming up.
Yeah. And I think we'll also...
Oh, and then we debrief it on here. So it's not just we won't just read out the question. We'll look it up for you.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to add that in.
We'll actually unpack what's going on.
We'll unpack it. Yeah.
And also we potentially are going to split the podcast into 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
We think. So basically, Zander and I have a serious rugby league addiction.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm becoming consumed. And... I feel like I'm on the Titanic and I'm going down, but like I'm holding on. You know what I mean? I'm going down with it. It's just consuming my life. And, you know, we think it might be good to split the podcast into 2. So like on Tuesday, you'll get your recap, love and hate, draft.
It's things you love.
Ask for a mate.
Yeah.
All that. And then Thursday, the back page, sport heavy, 40-minute ep. Something like that.
Something tasty.
And we'll just and that will allow us to unpack everything in the sporting world a little bit more as well. So
yeah, we won't rush at the back page a bit, and then you also don't have to turn off. The episode will just finish, and you get a nice clean. And it's a shorter episode, so you don't look at it and go, "Oh my god, it's an hour 30 minutes. Who knows what's going to happen today?"
Yeah,
but it'll be a shorter episode. Hopefully,
yes, it will.
As well. So we think it's going to be better for you guys as a listener, and it'll probably make the pod sound a bit better.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 78.
Correct.
This week.
Yep. Oh, we didn't do our affirmations before we started.
Do you want to do them now?
Yep.
Okay.
Episode 78. Don't swear, don't say like, stay still, talking to the mic.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
Are you feeling recentered and grounded
I'm
now?
feeling good now. Sorry for interrupting. I just realised that,
That's okay.
you know, that's just what we got to do.
Well, that's an insight to see what the listeners to see what we go through every week.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
kind of got to say those.
You know, the life of a podcaster, not easy.
No.
I'll say that.
Difficult. It's very difficult. But yeah, sorry for interrupting.
That's all right, mate. That's all right.
Go again.
Where was I at?
You said good morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here with Zander.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
Ghost mode again last week. Whatever. You guys can put 2 and 2 together. Anzac Day.
Is what it is.
What are you going to do?
Recovery day.
Could we have posted an Instagram story saying, hey guys, pod's not coming out this week, maybe?
We could have.
Could have done that.
But we were, neck deep in, beverages.
Yep.
And good times.
And good times.
And remembrance.
Actually,
you know what I feel bad about? And I feel a bit guilty. Is like this year, Anzac Day, had a great day, but I didn't do a dawn service.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like you kind of got to, if you want to play, you got to got to pay a little bit. You know, you got to kind of do.
Yeah.
You can't do one and not do the other. So I felt a little bit guilty.
Yeah, me too.
Afterwards, that I didn't do a dawn service or anything. I feel like
in my defense, I shouldn't really be defending myself in this situation, but you are right. I also feel guilty about not being there. Monday night at work, feral dude. Like
really?
Yeah, when people have got a public holiday the next day, so they just go out the night before.
Oh, so they just totally.
And Monday is the day where I do a 10-hour shift. So I started at 10 a.m. and then by the time it got to I want to say 5.
Yeah.
Maybe later. Let's say 6:30. So what am I? 8.5 hours into my shift.
Yeah.
Work just got progressively busier to the point where it was like a Saturday night busy.
Holy dooly.
And there was only 3 of us there. And it got to 8:15, 8:30. I've been there for 10.5 hours. And my boss was literally like, dude, when there's no one at the bar, run. Go home.
Really?
Yeah, that's how busy it was.
Wow.
Because I kept trying to go home and then people just kept coming up to the bar and you're pouring again. You're like, anyway.
Oh, well, cheering. You get a bit of overtime pay for that.
Yeah, I'll take it. So, look, busy day. Didn't get up the next morning. Late start.
That's fair.
We weren't together on Anzac Day this year.
No.
I returned to the Glenmore. Supposedly the Lord of the Glenmore was there again. Same dude. My vision across a crowd of people is always going to be slightly impaired, due to my genetics.
Naturally.
Et al. Good day though. Good day though. Didn't lose.
Did you say et al?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no, I just haven't. Yeah, it's funny anyway.
Okay. How was your day?
Yeah, Anzac Day. Felt a bit guilty not going to a dawn service or anything and absolutely ripping and tearing. But I was very excited for this Anzac Day, and in my excitement, I did get a little bit silly. We were at the Hilton.
What was the lineup looking like
What do you mean?
at the Hilton?
Lineup as in to get in, or just the lads?
The lads.
Oh, it was a good lineup. It was a great lineup. It was a great
What was
lineup. It was Turner, Harry, Ryan, Dan, and then a bunch of guys from school. Actually, you probably wouldn't know many of them, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
nice.
And then there was also Wiggers and Mitch and whatnot. But it was just a big group of us from school, which was awesome. And yeah, it was just it was a great day. It was a great day.
Did you get up?
I did at the start. I was on an incredible streak at the start. I was about $80 up, and I finished the day about $80 down. So yeah. To be fair though, you definitely should stop betting until when you can't hear what is the result anymore. Because I was like, oh, go heads. And then it would roll and it was a tails. And I'd be like, what was it? And then someone's trying to take the money off me. So yeah, probably it's a tip for myself in future. And then my sister was also there. So I saw her, which was cool. And we were having a good time. And mate, I tell you what, later on, we went back to someone's place afterwards, and it was about 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night, and it honestly felt like it was 2 a.m. Just that kind of, because everyone was just wrecked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was that kind of.
Is everyone still going pretty hard or no?
It was chilling out a lot. But it was a good day nonetheless. Had a great time. second favorite day of the year behind Boxing Day.
Yep.
So, yeah, I was good. It was good. I wasn't working. I didn't have anything on. So and it was good to be at the Hilton. I haven't went there for 2UP since my first Anzac Day. And it is the place to be for 2UP. It is a great venue for Anzac Day. But it was pumping.
Where do they do it?
In the car park out the back.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But you can go into the Hilton, but it got so busy that they were going, okay, if you come out of the Hilton, you can't go back in.
Right.
Because they had like it open and you could go in between the two. But then it got so busy that they were like, no, you can't.
Did you stay in?
I was in there for a bit and we had a couple bit. We stopped playing. We sat and we saw a couple of people that we knew. And we were kind of like chatting to them and everything, and we were kind of chilling. And then we had a couple final spins and then we headed out.
Nice.
But yeah.
At what point are you pulling out? Like, how did you get 80 down and then go, yep, now's the time? Was it because...
It's when we went back out to play and then I just lost. And then I think I was even. I had like a 50, a 20, and 10. And then I just kind of was like 10, 20, didn't get it back. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. I got a 50. Last bet. Just being a clown.
Yeah.
But clown. And obviously didn't win. But yeah. But that, is what it is. That's what the day's about, The spinner at the Hilton is really good as well. Rivaling the Lord of the Glenmore. The Lord of the Glenmore, though, he's a different beast. Was he as animated as last year?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He toned it down a little bit. Maybe he had a few less beers this year. I don't know.
Oh, he was awesome last year.
Yeah.
He was simply fantastic.
Yeah. He wasn't as much of a lord this year.
Really?
It was still great, though. Still had a great day. Absolute perler of a day.
And we were saying this. When is it ever bad, like, touch wood, but when is it ever bad weather on Anzac Day?
Same as Boxing Day.
Like, it doesn't happen.
It's just not.
It just doesn't. It doesn't happen.
Does that play into why they're your like favorite days of the year?
Probably because it's always nice weather and you're always outside.
Imagine if it just had like pouring rain on Anzac Day.
It would be.
What would you do?
You couldn't do anything.
You'd just stay home. I guess.
Yeah, you could only go to venues that are like inside,
and they'd all be packed.
It wouldn't. It would really ruin it. But the weather is always great
because no venue is big enough to hold like an indoor 2UP. Because 2UP is like, when you think about it, pretty feral.
Oh, yeah.
Like in terms of like everything that's going on.
Yeah.
A bunch of degenerates getting absolutely blind and betting against each other on heads or tails.
There is a reason that it is legal one day a year. Like, there's a good reason for that. But yeah, so DYRSL, that's inside. The Stain do it inside as well.
The Botany View were actually doing it inside as well.
Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But, pardon me. Great day nonetheless, Anzac Day. As per.
Yep.
As per. What else to recap?
We had I had a monster weekend.
What did you do?
Last weekend.
What did you do?
Because we've had 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Well, we had Chelsea and Adams.
Oh, I had work.
Yeah, we had Chelsea and Adams on the Saturday before Anzac Day, which wasn't like crazy. Nice chill house party. Cops there at 9 o'clock. The cops were there.
I heard about that. I did not think that was possible.
And they were saying, we'll need to do my research, but apparently like the 12 o'clock sound laws aren't a thing anymore. That's what they were telling us.
That's got to be a lie.
That's what I said. I said cap.
That's got to be some sort of, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of lie.
And it was like the most chill party ever. Like they walked in, there's a bunch of people sitting down and people on the decks. Like the music was probably loud, sure, but
yeah, that can't be. I just don't think that can't be.
There's a few conspiracy theories floating around, literally in like the part behind the backyard at Gentle Lane. I don't know if you've been there.
No.
There's like a little, like I guess a community, just like a little bit of community space, like a little bit of like free space in a complex where there was a group of people having a bonfire.
Right.
So there's conspiracy that maybe they called the cops.
They might have been liking the music though.
Yeah, and I also think like if they're in their late 20s, they would have gone, if we were in our early 20s, early mid 20s, having a party, and
they're not going to care.
Like, surely they would have just been like, let them rip and tear. You know what I mean? Like,
well, if you're having a party here, you know the culprit is for calling the cops.
Yeah,
if you're having one at your
house. 100%. He was home over the weekend.
Oh, he's finally back.
I don't know if he's back.
He who should not be named.
Yeah, exactly. He sometimes seems to drop in for like a weekend. For new listeners, we have at George Street, we have a long ongoing beef with our neighbour who fucking hates us.
Yep.
And I will F-bomb there because he really
It's
doesn't.
appropriate. It's appropriate.
Really doesn't like us, and he's a prick.
He is.
So we haven't seen the guy in, I reckon, 5 months. Literally, I reckon we haven't seen him since like November. Walks past Kane on the street the other day. Kane goes, hey, Michael, how you going? Just a nod.
That was it.
That's it. Just a nod.
What a goose.
Yeah, he's a magoo.
He is one of the great clowns of our time.
Yeah. He really is. I'll say this, though, about my street. When he left, we were kind of like the only young people on the street. Or at least that's how it felt. And not that we ever had like anything on. It was just the boys playing music. But now there's like heaps more young people around us, particularly on the backside, which is good. It just means there's a little bit more going on. There's a little bit more noise.
Yeah.
There's more people around in general.
The more racket, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it takes some pressure off us.
You'll probably be loving those people up the street who are booming that. Remember when I was here
Oh,
the
the
other
housing
week there?
commission, yeah.
And they were like blasting in the street, just like heavy tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crank it up.
You low-key would have been like, awesome.
Yeah.
Like we need, like do that a couple
Yeah,
more
yeah,
times just when he's here.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe I should talk to him, the guy on the street, and say, hey, man, I'll give you $50 if you just go and do this in front of this guy's
yeah,
house.
like when you, like I'll let you know when he's here.
Yeah.
And you just blast it full volume. Here's a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Just go until someone tells you to turn it off.
Yeah.
Please.
The only thing is it'd also be outside of EJ's room, so
Yeah. No, he'd be right.
I'm on the back side of the house, doesn't bother me.
Yeah, might.
But
yeah, he's back.
He's back. So, well, he's not back yet. I haven't seen him again since Friday, so
Yeah.
he might be gone again. I don't know what he's up to, eh? No idea what he's up to.
He's scheming, mate. He's
Yeah.
scheming. He's definitely scheming.
To what? Scheming to what? Get
scheming,
us out?
yeah, scheming, mate. He's been plotting your downfall this whole time since he's been away.
Probably.
He's come back with an absolute master plan.
Yeah.
So be wary.
Yeah.
Be wary of that man.
Very weary. Not much else happened in my week. What did I do over the weekend? Not much. Played soccer on Saturday. 2-0 up halftime, yeah.
Yeah.
5-2 full time.
You lost.
Yeah.
Oh, collapse. Collapse.
Horrific thing to be a part of.
What happened?
Mate, honestly.
Where were you playing at this in the field, mate?
Centre mid.
So it's kind of on you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's a team sport, mate.
Yeah, but you got to take control of the middle, mate. What happened?
Dude, it was literally one of those ones we came off at the end and we were all just like, I don't know I literally don't know what just happened. Like because the first half as well, we dominated them. Like
Right.
I was running up the middle with like no one around me. Like no one was, and that wasn't even me doing it. That's not me like fucking saying anything. I'm just saying I was just running and no one was tackling me.
Right.
Like it was that kind of, I was like, mate, we're on here.
Oh,
Like,
you just love open space.
yes, mate, open pastures. Second half comes around. They're a different side, the other team. Different side. They just wanted it more, mate, to be honest.
They just turned up.
Yeah.
You got complacent.
Yeah, and it was one of those ones where I'm like not mad about. Like, of course I'm mad about the loss, but we deserved it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they scored 5 goals in the second half.
Jesus.
Ugly stuff, mate. Ugly stuff.
Not good.
What about you? You been up to anything else?
No,
lately?
not really. I worked a wake the other week at work,
Oh yeah,
and
always a weird one. The wake, aren't they?
and like I don't do very well with like I find myself I get very awkward and like uncomfortable with like death. Like I'm not very good at like I don't know what to say to people and I would say I have decent like people to people skills.
Yep.
Like, not bad.
I would say
Not bad.
Yours are pretty good.
But like that criteria, rubbish.
Yeah.
I cannot like say anything. And there was this wake, and it was like weird because usually when it's like a wedding or a conference or whatever, you got to be very like, oh, like,
Up and about.
and it's like you can't be like, oh, how's your day going, mate?
Yeah.
Going good.
And you do it subconsciously as well.
Yeah,
G'day, mate. How are you?
tried my best not to.
yeah.
I didn't. But and it's like then you're like someone will say something to you about the person, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Oh, so I just get so awkward. And the worst part was, so I was team leading, and then we had to ask. Then like obviously the event finishes, but like they wouldn't leave, and you can't really. And after a certain time, like if they're there for too long, like they end up getting billed more, but you kind of have to ask them to leave as well. But I felt so awkward.
Is this because you were closing the venue, sort of thing, or closing the area?
But like when the event finishes, say event finishes at 5, like theoretically the guests have to leave at 5, but usually you give them like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to clear
just trickle out, yeah.
Because sometimes it takes them a little while, especially if people had a couple drinks. But then when people stay for like half an hour and you've asked them they're not leaving, you kind of have to be like, okay, guys, like, can you please leave, blah, blah, blah. And then if they stay longer, then you kind of like, well, if you guys don't leave now, like you'll end up getting billed for an extra time that you've stayed here. Yeah. Anyway. Or like, just depends. But because it was a wake, I didn't want to seem like, and like people are crying and stuff, so I didn't want to be like, oh, can you leave? Can you just like, I know, really sad. Yeah. Can you just like gather your things and please get out?
Yeah, mate.
You
could you just
you can't really do that when like someone's in the middle of like a full heart to heart tears.
Yeah.
So I was very awkward. I did not enjoy it one bit.
Yeah. And you know what else is awkward? I don't know if you experienced it on this day, but I've worked many a wake. Is when they start getting sloshed. And it gets to the point where you have to RSA them because they're kind of like already pretty emotional from the day and charging Bundy rum and cokes. And you're kind of like, dude, like, I'm sorry for your loss, but
you now cannot have any more beverages.
You need to have a water, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then some, like, because I've had been in situations where they come back at you and they go, mate, like, you know, this
so-and-so's just died.
My auntie just died, you know, like
mate, I don't know.
Work with me here. I'm like, mate, I'll get fined.
Yeah.
If I serve you another drink.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a tightrope, but it is not a nice tightrope to walk.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it is. It's more of a minefield, an absolute minefield. But it sucks. Anyone out there who's worked a wake and or a funeral, I guess, horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. It is the most awkward, so awkward. It is so awkward. Like, yeah.
I got a question for you. Hospitality related.
Go on.
Just come to me. I ask my co-workers this sometimes.
Go on then.
Okay. In the unit form of 20 people, a group of 20 walk in.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite demographic of 20 people to walk in?
Oh. Least favorite. Oh, Eshays.
20 Eshays?
20 Eshays walk in. You're like, fuck. You're like, oh no. Oh, what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. Because from our old work, right? It's real like 20 Eshays, they actually could be the nicest, like, and this is not a generalization of Eshays, but like could be like the nicest people ever, like blah, blah, like they'll treat you like very respectful and like
super lovely,
super polite, blah, blah, blah. And like, cause like everything they tip usually, blah, blah, blah. But if you get, you know, that's like one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is just they end up being menaces.
Yeah.
And then like annoying other customers and sometimes,
you
know, just that would probably be from my own experience.
Yeah.
20 Eshays walking in and I'd be like, oh no, like what's going to happen here?
Yeah. This could be anything.
This could be anything could happen. This could be like a really fun night or this could be like a really horrible night.
Yeah.
But
I reckon I have two.
Go on.
And the first one is a group of 19-year-olds playing pub golf. Purely from the fact that I've been there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if they're like hole 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, hey guys, could we just get 24 espresso martinis? You're like, oh my God.
If there's still 20 of them at hole 7 though, I'll be impressed.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
people drop off.
And the other one that's an absolute shocker is the Hens Night.
Oh, yeah.
The Hens Night is horrific.
Yeah.
At times. Again, and this is all like two sides of the coin. You know, this is not every Hens Night.
No.
Sometimes they come in, they're very well behaved.
But if you had to choose to not have someone there. You know, on extent, my number 2, since you said Hens Night, would be just because I worked an event and it was just awful. But like 45 to like 6-year-old, like white ladies, middle-aged, just... Mate, I worked this Melbourne Cup event and there was just like, they were just Like
Just hot to trot.
just horrible.
Yeah.
They were awful. Like they were not like some of them were nice, but then half of them were nice, half of them were just the worst.
Yeah, okay.
Like like when we closed the bar, they were like, "How's the bar closed?" Like spraying us. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, the worst.
Yeah, and the Sauv Blanc is just absolutely full on.
Yo, mate, that's all that's gone through their veins at that point. It's not red mist that's descended. It's like a pale yellow mist. That's gone down.
It's funny though. Sometimes like you'll just see a big group walk in, and every bartender in the venue just goes, "Oh no."
Head back.
It's for us. It's generally it's the pub golf guys. They're in a fair
Yeah,
bit.
you would get a
on
lot.
King Street. We get a lot.
Yeah.
So
You know what game I want to play is like, have you heard of the? Oh, now I've forgotten the name. Just I'm about to talk about it. Oh, this is so annoying. It's like define the. Oh,
explain it. I might know.
I know. I forgot the name of it, but it's like this one where someone has to dress up as like a chicken, and they have
Chicken Run.
Is that the bar game? And someone sits in a bar.
Yeah.
And the other people have to go bar hopping to try and find what bar they're in.
Yeah.
But they have like a bar tab, so the chicken drinks
Until people get there.
until they get on the bar tab, and then when you get there, you get to use the bar tab.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it's called?
I think it's called Chicken Run. I think so.
It's called anyway. It's got a name.
Someone is screaming at
Yeah,
us.
someone is literally yelling like, "I know what that's called." I've had a couple people.
DM us if you know what that's
Yeah,
called.
my sister's boyfriend said it to me the other day, and then someone at work was saying it the other day as well. And I was going, "Wow, that sounds like an unreal game."
You should do it for your birthday next year.
Yeah. Well, we kind of did pub golf a little bit.
Mm.
That was kind of like Tully and I.
Yeah.
We also wanted to do it as a group.
Yeah.
And Ryan organised it, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But
It'd be fun to do with our mates for sure.
yeah, like
Do you pull
if everyone chucked in, because if you do pub golf, you're gonna spend like $90, $100 anyway.
Yeah.
It's everyone. If you got like everyone just put in $100, well, actually $100 isn't. If you're gonna have a massive day on the piss anyway.
Even just like maybe you just do 50 and then the bar tab sort of just covers like the first sort of like, because I can't imagine this game goes for like that long.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Let's say the game goes for 3 hours. You know,
Yeah.
you only need a bar tab if there's 20 people, $50 each, $1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like how many beers is that?
A lot.
few.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
about
150,
It's about 100 beers.
120.
120. Yeah. Depends which one you get.
If you're drinking Carltons.
Yep. You beauty.
So that'll be fun.
That would be fun. I don't know. Yeah, someone is definitely screaming into their phone, into their AirPods, into their headphones right now.
I'm pretty sure it's called Chicken Run. Wasn't that a movie in like the early 2000s and it was named after that?
Look, unsure. Again, unsure. It's gonna annoy me because I've been thinking about this.
It mustn't
I
be
thought would
Chicken Run
such a
then.
fun,
I don't
fun
know.
game to play. But I'm keen to play. Maybe we do one for Barfly's 100 app.
Yeah, we invite all our friends. We vlog it.
Dual chickens.
Yeah,
We
that's
guys
a good
dual
idea.
chickens. Okay, clarification. We just Googled it. It's called the chicken chase. Well, that's what it said on Google. So if that's wrong, tell us the real name if you're listening, because I would like to know. I'd like to be educated.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so now we are moving on. Love and hate. Here we go. Cody, you want to go first?
I'll go first. My love this week. Look, it seems like winter's finally kicked in. You know, it's actually legitimately cold. I'm stepping outside
Below
at times
20.
of the day and I'm going, this is cold.
Mm.
You know, it's just got a bit more of a zip in the air.
Last night there was a bit of bite.
Yeah. Like I've been on jumper and long pants for like a couple of weeks now.
Yep.
But I'm now stepping out in jumper and long pants and going, I'm still a little chilly here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ugg boots,
Yep.
unreal.
Back.
They're back, dude, and they're out. And you know what's? You just get like a pass on wearing like fluffy shoes around, like these silly fluffy little boots. You can wear them to shops. No one will think twice.
No one bats an eye.
No.
No, they're like the Crocs or the slides of winter.
Yeah, totally. It's a great point.
Yeah.
Do you have Ugg boots?
I do have Ugg boots. I describe them as like 4-wheel drive Ugg boots because they have like a real shoe grip on the bottom.
Yeah,
Not like the soft.
yeah,
So I can actually wear them outside and not feel like I'm going to wreck them.
yeah. I'm
yeah.
now thinking we've had this conversation at the same time last year,
Really?
which would check out because I remember your 4-wheel drive Ugg boots.
Yeah. I'm known Ugg boot wearer.
These are the first good pair of Ugg boots I've had. I've always just had Kmart ones, But like getting genuinely good ones.
Are
is
they
nice.
Ugg boots?
Yeah.
How different are they? Are so much better than just the normal ones.
Yeah, that your feet just stay in them. And like they've got more like, I don't want to say support, but like they just wrap your foot a bit better.
This is the thing. You would expect wearing Ugg boots that you would just be, rolling ankles. I could run a 100-meter sprint. I could do a 5K run in my Ugg boots. And it'd be like I was wearing the best pair of trainers going around.
Yeah.
I've got 100% stability in those puppies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. They are one of the great shoes, one of the great inventions, the Ugg boot.
I actually would like to eventually make the change to the slipper.
Right. Why?
I find these, first world problem. Just, I don't like that I have to use my hands to put them on.
That is the laziest thing I've ever heard. That might be one of the laziest. No, that is the laziest thing I've ever heard.
I just don't like that I have to like bend down and put my shoe, like pull them over my
That
foot.
is shocking. Don't you think they look more stylish though? The boot over the slipper?
Nah, I reckon the slipper's is steezy, bro.
Is that because no one else has the slipper and you want...
I used to have slippers.
Right.
And then I got bought Ugg boots. Yeah. And I do love my Ugg boots. My mum said when she gave me these, she was like, I thought about getting you the slippers, but I just bought you the Ugg boots. And happy either way. I would like to, now having the Ugg boots, I'd like to get the slipper too.
You want the full set?
I want the slipper.
You want the set?
Yes,
yeah. Okay.
I might go a different colorway though.
Yeah?
I might run like a navy or something.
Yeah, right. Maybe if you ask Santa, maybe they'll get you it.
Oh, in the middle of summer.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll ask for my birthday, maybe.
True.
Maybe you can get them for me, mate. For my birthday.
Your birthday's in like 2 months, isn't it?
You know my birthday, don't you?
Yeah.
What is it? Go on, just give me one guess.
It's in it's the 16th.
Of? I'm not saying whether it's the 16th or not, but I just want to know what you're locking in.
Oh, it's June or July. To be fair, this is the thing. I kind of always forget, and then I also always send you a birthday message the day early because I get so afraid that I've forgotten that it's your birthday. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot again. Crap. And then you're like, thanks, mate. Day early again this year. Oh, sorry. Fuck. Okay. July.
Yeah, nice.
Did I get the day right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I don't think you've ever gotten that before. Well done.
See? Mate. Look at that, hey? Impressive. My dad is honestly the worst at remembering birthday. I don't know whether it's like he does it as a joke. Or
like, is this a genuine J-up?
Or it's like a J-up that he does, or if it's like a joke. But he's genuinely horrible at remembering birthdays.
Does he get you three?
No. He gets it like wrong every time. He's like, you're January the blah, blah, blah. Or like, you're March the whatever. I'm like, mate, what? Are you for real? There's only been like 24 of these ones. Like, he'll get like everyone's wrong.
And realistically, as a father, you only really need to remember your own kids, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, that's the only three you really need to worry about.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
like,
that.
like, generally speaking, someone else in your family will look after, the broader spectrum of birthdays.
Yeah.
The women of your life.
Usually.
Are usually pretty on top of that
Men
stuff.
just not good at birthdays.
No.
Just not as good.
No.
Not as good.
Shout out to Cameron.
Yeah, I can't even say that like, oh, he's doing his best because I don't know if he is doing his best to remember. But I mean, he tries though. But it's fun. It is funny.
I've just had another thought, and
what?
had I thought of this before the episode, this would have been my love.
Go.
I don't know if they've made their way into the Instagram Reel algorithm yet.
What?
But the Beetlejuice memes that have been around this week.
Oh, Beetlejuice memes are the best. I'm just hanging around. They are so good.
They're actually elite.
Yeah.
They're actually elite.
Beetlejuice has just now become one of the biggest staples of like an internet meme.
Yeah.
Like he is a figure of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's kind of like, I don't want to say this just because they both are kind of like,
I'd say
he's kind of on like, they are people who are literally famous because of the internet, similar to like how Hezbollah is like our modern day Beetlejuice.
Yes. I would put them in the same tier, like God tier internet.
Yeah, like they're literally
just
top tier.
Universally loved.
Yeah.
That is the perfect example.
And I'm trying to think of other people who are up there.
When you think of, okay, put it this way. You think of music, you think of Michael Jackson. You got Elvis.
In terms of like
Prince.
Yeah,
You got
status.
these guys I was sort of talking about. And I'd honestly go as far to put Hasbulla and Beetlejuice in that same category.
Of internet meme status.
Yes.
They're up the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They've got to be.
Yeah. 100%.
They've absolutely got to be. Is there anyone else up there that would, just while we're here really quickly?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that could be our draft for next week. Maybe our
That's
draft
a great
next
idea.
week could be
if they're not
top 5 like meme lords essentially.
meme lords, yes.
Like who is, or who is the top of the tree?
That's a great one.
Okay, we'll write it down later.
Right.
But that is
No one take that. No one take that. We thought it first.
We thought it. That's ours. That's ours. Geez. Hopefully that one does well on the TikTok as well.
Yeah.
We could do with another viral vid just quietly.
We're due.
We are so due.
We're due.
We are so due for a couple of views.
Mate, that headache one got me a little, pumped up again.
Got a bit of fire in it.
Yeah.
Mate, I tell you what, that thing still kicks. Anyway, we got to love and hate to finish it. We're getting carried away. Actually, which is funny because your hate is procrastinating. And we literally just got procrastinated while circling back to this.
My hate is procrastinating, and I hate that I do it because, and this is weird, I do really productive things when I'm procrastinating. Yesterday I got home and I was like, all right, I've got maybe 2 hours of work to do. 2 hours of work that I need to get done. Sat down. I walked up into my room, first of all. Room needed a vacuum, so I had to get that out of the way.
Of course.
A few clothes on the floor, hang them up. We're already 30 minutes down at this point.
Given.
I've come downstairs, go to the bathroom. Bathroom's in an absolute state.
Yeah.
Absolute state, mate. Haven't noticed it for the past 3.5 weeks, but this needs to be done right now.
This has to be dealt with. This is unacceptable living
Mate,
conditions.
you know what I did yesterday? I pulled the pipe off underneath the sink and cleared the pipe out.
No way.
That's where that's
you been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's where I was at.
You went deep.
Shower,
everything.
toilet,
Wow.
floors.
Impressive.
Done. Then I literally came inside, hungry, mate. Got to start dinner. This is no word of a lie. Got to start dinner. Literally got to start dinner. The bathroom, I reckon, took me an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Took me so long.
You didn't deep clean.
Yeah. And then I came in.
Was that puppy panting?
Oh, I was panting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was panting.
No.
And came in, made dinner, went upstairs, sat down, started my work.
Did you get a lot done?
Not really. Because then Ed messaged me, he said, what are you doing tonight? I said, nothing.
Fucking standard. That is such classic, uni. Such mate, I have got so much to do.
Yeah, Ed called me. He's like, do you want to come over and play guitar with me, Tally, and Jacob? I was like, yep.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Can't miss that.
What, 10 minutes? Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, can't miss that, mate. I'll be there.
I did probably get maybe an hour done. Hour and a half.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
The only way I try not to feel too guilty is if I've procrastinated, then done a little bit of work, and then got distracted again and done something else. Is I'm like, well, it's better than I've done an hour.
Yeah.
Which is better than 59 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also better than 0 minutes.
That's true. As long as you get a bit done. As long as you get a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine's always plants need water.
Yeah.
Plants need water. They're not looking too good.
Yeah. Dishes.
Need to get those done. Washing. Look at all this washing I've got in my room. Needs to be hung out. Needs to be hung out.
You got to do this.
Oh
now.
well, in the 50 minutes while it's washing, I might as well eat something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's classic.
Well, that's just how it goes, mate.
Yeah. Oh, I better just chill out, hang this washing out, eat something. I'll watch some Netflix. I'll just start this movie.
Yeah.
I'll just start this TV show. All good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pretty good episode. The next one should be pretty good too. I watched that as well. What do you know? Oh, dinner time. Yeah.
Whoops.
I feel you.
Easy to do.
Oh,
mate.
footy's on. Oh, better watch that.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah. But yeah, procrastination killer. My love and hate this week. Speaking of, pardon me, TV shows, movies, etc. Last 2 weeks, I have been going ham on, absolutely geeking out on Lord of the Rings. I watched the Rings of Power show on Amazon. I hadn't watched it yet. I didn't want to watch it when it was week to week because I wanted to watch it in the one go and just kind of make my own assessment of it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. People shat on it a little bit, but it was actually wasn't too bad. It's hard to compare. You're comparing it to the Lord of the Rings movies. It's not easy to do.
Just while I'm thinking about it, did you see HBO are making a Harry Potter TV show?
Yes, we can. Yeah, I did. I did see that.
What are your thoughts?
Do
Do you like Harry Potter?
Yeah, I like it. unnecessary.
I'm excited.
Have
you read, like, the thing with the movies that people always say is like they can never cover as much as the books do. So I think 10 to 15 episodes a season allows you to really unpack everything that's actually going on in each movie because it skips over so much. I just watched them again. It misses so much.
I don't know. I just feel like I just don't want them to tarnish the originals. To be fair, though, I hope they pick better fucking actors than Daniel Radcliffe. The bloke cannot act. The guy who is Harry Potter cannot act.
Yeah, I was thinking about this because there are times in the series where like Harry plays like, for example, in one of the movies, he drinks the luck potion.
Yeah, liquid luck.
And then his character turns into like a whole different character. And I was like, well, his acting's actually pretty good there. So I'm wondering,
is it though?
It's better. It's better than what it is. I'm like, is he playing a stale character? Like, is that part of like who Harry is? That he's stale?
I don't know.
Because I think the other two are awesome.
Yeah,
Hermione and Ron. Ron,
they're kind of well cast, aren't they? Yeah, Hermione's definitely the best actor out of the three. Emma Watson, for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Daniel Radcliffe gets worse at acting as the season goes on as well.
Okay.
Like, when he's a kid actor, he's better.
Yeah.
And then as he gets older, he gets worse, which is strange.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, I'm keen to see what they do, but I'm also like, I like the originals.
I'm optimistic because it's HBO as well.
Yeah, HBO
like,
always makes
optimistic.
Might have to get binge back if it comes out.
So it's a vicious cycle.
Might have to go back on my word.
Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I want to just stay on this for a sec.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them.
Yeah,
as I've said to you.
Yeah,
is it you start with The Hobbit?
So, well, the Rings of Power TV show set before The Hobbit. It's set like 2,000 years before The Hobbit, and it's like how the ring was created and like Sauron, how it came about. I then watched a YouTube video on it afterwards. Fucking massive nerd.
Yeah, nice.
So that happens. So that's going to be like a couple of seasons. Then The Hobbit, which is like set like 100 or years before Lord of the Rings, which is like Bilbo, how he finds the ring. That's pretty. The Hobbit. I watched the Hobbit movies as well after watching Rings of Power. Not bad.
I've heard they're not as good.
They're not as good.
Can I watch the Lord of the Rings first and then go back? Yeah, you
definitely can. You definitely can. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. But the Lord of the Rings, chef's kiss, still good. I've watched them all like so many times, but God, they're good.
Yeah, everyone says they're so good.
God, they're good. They're just like, there's like a couple bits in it. I still get like goosebumps now. Or I still get like the bit in the third movie, there's like a certain scene, goes for about like a couple minutes with a spider. I don't want to ruin it. Like a giant spider.
Yeah.
And like I watched that when I was like 3. And that makes me like still kind of gets a bit scared when I watch that scene.
Okay. I'm keen to watch them. I've heard from so many reliable sources, people who like have either like you who've given me advice before of like what I would like and they go, you would like it. Then I'm like, okay.
It is that the first 2 movies are both about 2.5 hours long, and the last one's like 3.5 hours long.
Yeah,
but the last one is epic. It actually is tied for the most Oscar wins ever.
Really,
with Titanic and one other movie. I think it's Ben-Hur. It's got 11 11 Oscar wins for one movie.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I looked it up after, and every category it was in that year, it won. Best Picture, Best Director, like all the costume and design ones and everything.
Okay, I'm really, really keen now.
Yeah.
I might watch it tonight. I'll get back to you next week.
The first one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you got to watch them in order. Like, you couldn't just watch...
No, I'm not going to pick a random one.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. No, you
wouldn't pick Harry Potter 4 to start.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, okay, good.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a man of common sense.
Yeah, okay. I thought that's what you meant when you said that, and I was
worried.
I just worried for a minute.
I've started The Hobbit, but it didn't like pull me in, so I kind of stopped watching it.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the first Lord of the Rings. I'll start there.
Do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know what you as you watch each movie. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
And then my hate this week. I was absolutely, duped. Yesterday, I was catfished. I was absolutely catfished by an Asian takeaway meal deal. And I might have talked about this before. Hey, you can't trust them because usually you have them and you feel at the time you have $7.50 for rice and crispy pork or a honey soy chicken.
Yeah.
You beauty.
Yeah, yes, please.
An hour later, you're going, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
Well,
But I was willing to get burned again yesterday. I was like, okay, I got $10. I can buy something for dinner while I'm at uni because I went into uni yesterday after being sick. I was like, I need to do something.
Do you go in just to get work done?
Yeah, because otherwise I won't do anything at home.
That's a bit of a hike just to get work done. Can you not just go to the library at the mall and do it?
No, because I like the UTS library. It's a good environment to do work.
Do you not think
and the Wi-Fi is really good there?
You couldn't find a library closer that you also like? You've been to Mona Vale Library?
No, I like it.
Yeah, you're a man of routine.
I like it. Yeah, I'm already comfortable there. I've got my favorite spots. I only like to sit at a certain number of spots in one certain building. That sounds really fucked when I say it like that. But there's only like a certain areas that I like to sit in because it's got like...
Is that down to the seat?
Pretty much on some of them, yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Down to the seat, or like a zone.
Yeah.
There's like a zone where I'll sit, but I won't sit in other zones.
And you like certain...
Even if it's said, like, there's one part in the library where there's about 8 chairs where I can sit in any of those chairs and be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to go like one more further either way, no.
You may as well be at home.
May as well be at home. Can't do anything.
What if you go there and all 8 seats are taken then?
Oh, I've actually went home before. One time I went to do work after a lesson and the 4 spots that I like to sit in and do work, or the 4 or 5 spots, all of them taken. And I waited like 30 minutes. I did like 3 laps just seeing if someone had left because it was really busy. It was a Wednesday arvo. No one had left. So then I went home.
Do you reckon you could go up to someone and try and like hassle them for their spot?
No, I don't. That would be too much. It would be too far. I feel like it's already weird enough that I can't, just be...
Because then they'd go, why don't you just go and sit over there? And
yeah.
you have to explain it all to them.
And they'd be like, come on, mate.
Like
that's not real.
Because if someone came out and did that to you, you'd be like, what are you talking about?
You'd be like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
No. Anyway. Yeah, no. But alas, Asian takeaway meal deal, right? Yesterday there's this one, it's like an Asian street food place across the road from the uni. And it's kind of like a hole in the wall place. And I'm like, well, usually they are the most authentic places and the tastiest.
Yeah.
The roughest looking bar me stores are usually the best ones. So I'm applying the same theory for this scenario.
Correct.
I go there, $10 dinner option, rice and one selection of, main. When it's sitting in the hot plates, it is looking magnificent. It is looking crispy. It's looking succulent. It's looking juicy. It's absolutely dripping with flavor. I'm salivating at the look of it. I then buy said dinner, go across the road, go and sit down in the cafeteria area. Mate, it's wet and it's soggy and it's gross. I've been completely duped. And I just ate some of the plain rice and then what I could eat of the food.
What did you choose?
I chose, she said it was crispy pork. It shan't have been crispy, I'll tell you that for free. And mate, it was actually a bit soul destroying because I was so excited to eat this. I was revved up, I was starving.
Yeah.
And I just was like, well, I've just wasted that $10.
Yeah.
I could have just gone to Woolies.
Yeah.
I was going to go to Woolies and I took a risk and it didn't pay off and I was gutted.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, no, well, I'm not going to buy any more food. So I'm just going to get this bottle of water. That's it. That's it for the next couple of hours, mate.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. It's really disappointing, isn't it?
I was rattled. I was actually pretty rattled.
Yeah, it annoys. So it wasn't. You weren't duped by the actual deal itself. You're more duped by the quality of food.
Yeah, I was. It looked sitting in the hot plate. It looked like a 10 out of 10. Like it looked like
unreal.
Like simply like pristine ocean kind of just quality. And the reality was bloody Coquel Lagoon, mate.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah. I hear ya.
Anyway, You can't win them all, hey?
You can't
win them all.
You can't win them all.
But then I did get my favourite spot in the library after that. So,
peaks and troughs.
Peaks and troughs. You gotta roll with the punches sometimes, Just gotta roll with it. Have you ever tried to use the vending machines, by the way, this could be another hate, but have you tried to use the vending machines where you can tap
Tap a card?
Tap a card?
Yeah.
The hardest contraptions I've ever used in my life.
Why so?
Like, they just refuse to work.
Sometimes they don't take all cards.
But they also just don't, work.
Like in what do you mean?
You'll go, I'll type the number in, and then you go enter. It's like, tap card. Tap the card. And it will just, tap, and then nothing will happen. You're like, I'm going to try again.
Okay. Yeah.
No, try again. And then it will be like, you'll put it in, you'll tap, and then it will go, please select item. And you're like, okay, maybe I'll tap first, and then I'll select. All my days, honestly, I think I've tried to use them. At uni, or if I need to buy a bottle of water, I've tried to use it a bunch of times, and it's worked for me once. And then one time I also used it, and then the door wouldn't open. I paid for one, and the door wouldn't open.
That's annoying.
So I've just...
And who do you take that up with?
No one. Who owns a vending machine? Who's the silent operator and owner of vending machines? Just seriously, not on. If anyone else has ever tried to use one of those, it's a bit fucking dribbly, I'm not going to lie. But they are impossible. I don't think, mate, there's probably rocket scientists out there that would have a hard time using them. The smartest man in the world, Stephen Hawking, wouldn't even know how to get that thing working, right?
No, I don't think so.
He would have no clue.
No, I think there's... Yeah,
actually, he's dead now, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just...
It's simply impossible.
It's not on. It's not on. Why make it so hard? Why make everything so hard? They should just be cash. They're a cash kind of thing.
No, but...
They're a cash...
But the thing is,
cash kind of thing.
The thing with that though, then I simply can't get a bottle of water out because I never have cash. I'm in trouble.
Well, bring back the cash, mate. Bring back the cash.
I hate cash.
Yeah,
I'm anti-cash.
I'm notoriously pro cash. I've got $10 in my wallet right now.
You never know what for.
Well, it's not $5. So I might buy coffee with it later on. Then I'll have $5, and then I'll have my Jack Sparrow $5, and I'll be able to use that for whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was enjoying doing on
business model, by the way. Revenue model.
Do you know what I was...
Jack Sparrow 5.
Truly. Do you know what I was enjoying doing on Anzac Day?
What?
Every time someone held up a 5, just yelling, "You're a coward."
You're a cow.
And then holding up a 10.
Yeah. You do that. Yeah. The 5's just a nice little cheeky one. You get you started, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Have you put a 50 on and won?
No, I've never done it.
Oh, it feels good. When you see someone put up $200 though, you're like, mate, that's a fair bit on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too much.
I personally wouldn't do it.
Must be nice.
No, must be nice.
Must be really nice.
Must be bloody nice. Pardon me. But hey, there you go. Good times. Dude, I had onwards, but before, okay, on Anzac Day, I had an Uber driver who was literally our age. And it was as if it was one of our mates who was Uber driving. My brain couldn't comprehend what was going on.
Was it like Luke is coming in a Toyota Camry?
Yeah, literally. And it was a RAV4. And he's like, yeah, boys, what's going on? He was literally it was one of our friends.
You're like, hey, legend?
Yeah. I was going, what is happening? My brain was not ready for this.
Was he a good bloke?
Yeah, he was a fucking legend. But, I don't know, I wasn't ready for that.
I actually
a very Aussie 24-year-old guy to be an Uber driver.
That's like meeting a baby called Craig. They don't exist.
They don't exist. I've not seen one. That just doesn't. It's a rare anomaly. That's all I'm gonna say. And it threw me off. I was excited, but it threw me off.
Oh mate, that throws you for sure.
Yeah.
What's a bloke like him working on Anzac Day?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I thought he would be out and about. I don't know. he's like, yeah, sorry, guys, had the surfboards in the back earlier. Sorry if the seatbelt's not there. What? That never happens when you get in an Uber.
What was the state of his car like? Was it in good?
Clean. It was pristine.
Yeah, had to be.
Yeah.
Had to be.
But it was just weird. Like, it was honestly, it was strange. It was strange.
Yeah, it is, yeah, for sure. No doubt.
And when I shouldn't say like Aussie, because a lot of Uber drivers are Aussie, but like very like, well, he was very Aussie. Like very like, you don't get many kind of like surfy Aussie.
Just like a surfy 23-year-old Uber driver.
Young Uber driver. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. It was weird. It was
Shout
odd.
out to him.
It was odd. It was strange. It was very strange. But yeah, an experience nonetheless.
Not to sniff our own farts, but
That is
our whole notes section is just like 15 to 20 viral videos waiting to happen.
it's just fucking. It's ready to explode.
I'll believe you that did.
Oh,
believe you that. All right, back page. No draft today. Time crunch. Sanders got to go and find one of his 8 seats at uni.
Yep.
Well, should we start with rugby league?
Yeah, I guess we'll start with rugby. So I was just laughing at that. Oh my goodness, pardon me. Sorry. Listen.
Can you move over a little bit? I forgot to say it in the break. Just move that way a tiny bit.
This?
No, move
Oh,
your
my
whole
whole
body.
body. Oh.
You kind of like, as I pull the mic, you also move towards me.
Yeah.
That's why we always end up off center by the end of the episode.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I've been meaning to talk to you about it. I should have done it off air, but
Should have pulled
while
me
we're
up.
here.
Pull me up. Okay, is this better? You happy now?
I'm happy now.
You just want me closer to you though.
No, I'm
as
telling
well.
you to move back.
Oh, this way.
I'm telling you to move that way.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
All right, now I get messages.
Just
Message. I have to move the mic closer.
I
I
don't
have
know
to move the mic closer to me if I move further.
I know.
away.
I'm moving it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Could have done that off air. Anyway.
Absolute blowout. Should we start again?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just an insight. It's an insight to what goes on here.
Back page. Oh my god. Okay, back page. Let's start with this. This is the big talking point. Tigers.
I was going to wear my jersey.
You should have.
I should have.
Not a real fan. Beating the Penny Panthers, the premiers, reigning premiers.
Yeah.
Wooden spoon last year.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? How good? How did you feel after that? Because I've been wondering all last couple of days how you felt, because when we were watching the Manly game and the Tigers v Manly the week before, the Tigers scored a try and it looked like they might come back, and I saw a tear form in your eye.
Yeah.
Like a jet, and I'm not even kidding. I was sitting next to you and I looked at, and your eye was watering.
Yeah, it was like
You went, come on.
it's like a genuine like primal come on.
Like you had pride, like a pride swell of tear in your eye, and I was going,
Yeah.
oh my god, wow.
Well,
How did you feel after that game?
after the Manly game,
No, after the
Panthers game, just really proud. Honestly, just
elated?
Just like really, really proud. Just really happy for the players. I feel like I've kind of gotten to a point where I've pulled my emotion out of the club, because when you lose so much, if you ride or die the Tigers every weekend, your week's not going to go very well. But that really brings it back out. Like when your team wins their first game in 300 days or whatever. Yeah, I just felt really happy for them. Like, you see how stoked they all were?
Yeah, they were pumped.
They were so happy, and I was so happy for Luke Brooks. And I think, I don't know if you noticed, but all the players in the press conference were like, every time a player got interviewed on Fox, they were all like, so happy for Luke Brooks, so happy for Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
Because he just played unreal. And granted, I've seen him in rose-colored glasses, but that's the player I see.
Yeah.
And then when he finally does play like that, you're like, oh, just thank God. I just wish he'd,
If he does that every week,
it's just,
his best is quite good.
Yeah.
I think people forget his best is pretty bloody good.
Well, his best player on the field on the weekend.
Yeah.
Against the Panthers. It's like, where's that every week, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, just, mate, I was just so happy. So, I just, again, so happy for the players more than anything.
And Appy as well, getting the win over the
Happy
Panthers.
for He wanted it so bad. You could just tell. Don't you reckon? Did you
Yeah.
watch it?
No, I didn't get to. I was working. I didn't get to watch it.
He was just, mate, I was working too, but I've watched it a couple of times. As you can imagine, watched it a couple of times. He really, really wanted it. Just good to see. Even John Bateman's only been there for a month. He was just up and about, Go the Tigers, mate. Go. And I think everyone wanted them to win, right? Like
everyone was wanting them to win at some point.
And what a win against the Panthers in the wet. Like
it probably suited the Tigers a lot for it to be wet conditions.
Scrappy, mate.
Just scrappy. Like although the Panthers known scrappers as well, love the grind. But I feel like anytime the Tigers have won of late, even last year, it was like the scrappier the game. The better.
But we're saying scrappy. 90 completed at over 90%.
No, that's true. That's true. But I wouldn't say scrappy.
It just defense heavy.
Yeah,
defense heavy.
Just like
gritty,
grindy, like very grindy,
grindy more than scrappy. Yeah. What a game, dude. Jareem Buller, Tigers fullback.
Yeah.
Did you see
Dane Laurie? Is he even going to be playing?
No, he's done.
Is he Super League?
He's done. He could go to like Para or something maybe. Did you see his try-saving tackle on Cleary?
Who? Yeah, Buller.
Jareem Buller.
Yeah.
And then Nofaluma made one in the corner as well.
He just looks like a bit bigger as well than Laurie.
Yeah, he's way. Yeah.
He seems like he's got. I feel like that's the problem with some of them, like those like Jaden Campbell, Savage to an extent. Well, Savage is still kind of a bit bigger than Campbell, but when you have those kind of smaller fullbacks, just in defense, you don't realize how much of a difference that can make.
Yeah.
And even in attack, like having more size, being able to get through the line.
Yeah.
And like bust tackles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's where the thing, like, that's where you almost kind of like someone like Ryan Pappenhausen, who's like, he's kind of on the bigger side of the smaller fullbacks, but he's just got like so much pace and skill.
It makes up for it. Yeah.
But yeah, Buller seems like he's develop nicely.
He's only been playing footy for 1 year.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player, same as Ola Kawatu.
Yeah. Just an athlete.
Athlete, dude. Yeah. Really, really happy though.
Yeah.
So happy that just like I was talking to Blab about it over the weekend, like crazy what a win does like for your club in the media. Like no one will talk about the Tigers negatively this week.
No.
It'll just be like monkeys off our back now. Like everyone can just go, all right.
I feel like it's been like this year. It's just been literally, when will they win? It's not even been like anything overtly negative. It's just been like, when are they going to win again?
Well, like when you look at the games, every single game, bar the Broncos game where we got blown out, have been super. Oh, and the first couple of games weren't great, but sort of over the last 5 weeks, just lost to the Dogs.
Yeah.
Nearly beat Para. Nearly beat Manly. And then, this game, it's almost like it was coming. Granted, I didn't think it was going to happen against Penrith. But it came. And
happy days.
You know what? Barflies Derby this weekend.
Yeah. And you know what? Tigers will win that. Dragons shocking.
Well, no, it is a DMC though, so you've got to tip the Dragons.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
But mate, the Dragons are bloody awful against the Dogs. And that comes from Ben Hunt had a bad game, so the Dragons had a bad game.
Yeah.
It's like for Manly, when DCA has a bad game, Manly have a bad game.
Where are you at on Ben Hunt?
This is the thing, right? I think Ben Hunt pardon me, sorry.
Sick boys today.
Yep. So Ben Hunt obviously is an awesome player and has pretty much carried the Dragons for the last couple of seasons. So he should get the praise he deserves. But I don't actually think him being there helps the club anymore. And that might sound a bit of a hot take considering he almost won the Dally M last year. But Dragons are at a point now it's like, okay, Ben Hunt's probably, like, he's got a couple good years left. But then after that, like, what are we going to do? Like, we need our new halves to start playing. And otherwise, we're going to lose Jaden O'Sullivan, who's like... Jaden Sullivan, who's like our next good half. Young gun, like, coming through the ranks. So I think they need to make a decision. And then there's talk of, like, when he says things like, oh, well, if they fire Anthony Griffin, I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm kind of like, mate, why are you trying to keep him in our club?
Yeah.
I'm like, that.
If his head's not in it, sort of thing. Like,
yeah, I'm like, I know he's trying to back his coach as the captain, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, mate. I don't know about that. I don't think he is the man for our club just quietly. So, look.
That's an interesting take.
Remains to be seen. That's my take. I wouldn't mind seeing him, depending how they go this year, because they came 9th last year. This year it's obviously a very tougher competition. But I mean, if we don't really improve on last year, with probably a better squad, not even a
similar
better squad, similar squad from last year, but Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I feel like they should be aiming to get. They've got a good enough like base of players to be trying to get into the top 8, and then if they're not doing that with the current players they have, or they're not getting close, then I reckon blow it up and just start afresh with young players, similar to what like. Yeah, I don't know. Unless they're kind of going to do a thing like they did at the Panthers where they kind of have, when they had Jimmy Maloney playing there for like a couple seasons.
Yeah.
And then he left, and then Nathan Cleary then came in, and then they kind of changed it like that. Unless the Panthers are kind of going to do something, not saying Jaden Sullivan's close to Nathan Cleary, but I'm just saying maybe they've got that kind of plan worked out. However, if Ben Hunt went, all right, I'm not going to be there next season, I wouldn't be too upset. I'd maybe be going, sweet, get Jaden Sullivan in, and then, use that money in the salary cap to either secure some good young players or just like rebuild for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And just let some players like just have it out, build them up a bit, and then go into the market and try and get someone and build the squad to be a good team.
It's almost like because I kind of hear what you're saying. It's almost like Ben Hunt's been there, and granted, he's been the best thing for the club over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But it's not worked. Like, for whatever reason, it's not worked. No. And it's just getting to the point now where it's like, I hear what you're saying.
And that's
like,
not on him.
It's not on him. No. But like they've got to let him go and use that money elsewhere to better the squad overall.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they got to do. And like, I like Ben Hunt. Like, I really think he's a good player. And like, while I don't sometimes agree that he should back the coach so much, but look, I think, I think if he left, it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen to the team. Because it's like, oh, sweet, we're going to finish work. It's like we're making the finals. Like, you got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah.
So they're not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're missing out on heaps. Haven't made the finals for a couple of years. Might as well just try and rebuild the squad as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it anyway. But yeah, the game on the weekend against the Dogs was horrible. Sloan was not very good that game. Actually, no one was particularly good that game for the Dragons, to be fair. It was a tough game to watch. Very tough game. It was honestly a horrible game to watch.
Yeah.
Shocker. Moving on. Rabbits versus Broncos this week. I actually tipped the Rabbits as well.
Yep, as did I.
Building nicely. Absolutely rolled over the Broncos. No Payne Haas. No Ezra Mam. Big outs for the Broncos, the way they play. Like, those 2 players alone, that's a lot of speed you're losing immediately.
Yeah, you lose.
And also a lot of power in Payne Haas. So.
Yeah.
And a lot of skill in Mam. So, look, big outs. Full team versus full team. I would love to have seen that. But, I mean, the Broncos still had plenty of key players, so it's not an excuse. They've got plenty of squad depth, so is what it is.
Good win for the Bunnies up at Suncorp.
And you know what? It's a bit of a smashing. It was like 30-6.
Yeah.
So that is a proper bit of a spanking.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Yeah, I think that's a good reflection of like where the teams are at as well.
The
like,
Bunnies, yeah.
Broncos have been hot, but geez, if you're gonna lose like that to the Bunnies, like.
And the Bunnies had a bit of a trial by fire start to the year as well. Like they had some, like, with Para, the toughest draw to start.
Yeah.
And they lost all those games by like less than 4 points, each of them. So they were always kind of brewing to be, doing something.
Yeah.
And we said at the start of the year they were definitely a team to watch.
Yeah.
And wow, they have not proved us wrong.
Nah.
They have been building very nicely.
And they're still without Keon as well at the moment.
Looked at the Dally M leaderboard. Latrell's not even in the top 10.
That's crazy.
That is a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know who's doing the bloody voting, mate.
Figure it out.
It's bullshit. Yeah, they've been awesome. Ilias has been. Did we say Ilias for breakout year? Because we should have.
Don't know. Yeah, we should have.
He has been great.
He's been awesome.
And you know what? His defense, I think, is one of like what makes him so good.
Yeah. And wait till Jack White gets there next year, man.
Oh my god, Jack Whiten could honestly play like second row as well.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah, he's going to be so valuable to them going forward. And if they get an injury in the halves, Jack Whiten's here, perfect. Any injury in the spine, really. Play fullback.
Yeah, honestly.
Imagine Trell's out. Jack Whiten's here. Just put Jack Whiten at the back. Are you kidding?
Crazy.
So, yeah, dude, they might even do it. They'll probably do it this year anyway. So we'll see.
Cowboys versus Sharks. Mate, Sharks absolutely took the Cowboys to town. I thought the Cowboys would kind of lift for this one because they won last week.
So did I.
They've kind of been like slowly improving, but not like leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
But look, they got absolutely
rolled. They were, mate. The Cowboys, they've been looking like the shade of the team they were last year, and it's almost like they've had
a lot of injuries.
They've had a lot of injuries, but like they're just looking off the pace, mate. Like they're not the team they were last year, whether they had a really good run last year and they got a bit of a second year syndrome now, or it's the injuries, or
but as well like think about people they've lost. The Hammer. They lost the Hammer coming off the bench, who's like killing it for the Dolphins. Tom Gilbert played Origin last year, killing it at the Dolphins.
Luciano
Leilua, like obviously, like that's a bit different because he's
still not there though.
He's still not there, but like not saying he should be back in the team, but he's not there. It's a pretty big miss. And then on top of that, they've had Big Jason injured.
Yeah, Nanai's hardly.
Nanai's played half the games he should have because he's either been injured or suspended.
Yeah, the drink was out for 3 weeks. Look, it's been, it hasn't all been smooth sailing for the Cowboys, but even still, they're like second last, and they were pushing the grand final last year.
They're a team that is crying out for a bye week.
Oh yeah,
literally like crawling to a bye.
Yeah,
they cannot. It's like in the Prem, in football when teams are waiting for that international break.
Yeah.
And they just like their form starts going down.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are like that right now.
Yeah.
They desperately need a bye.
And on the other hand, the Sharks are looking that good.
If there was a team that didn't need a bye, it would be the Sharks and the Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
They are looking like
so
form
good
teams in the comp this week. Melbourne also probably did need Melbourne's bye was well timed as well, because they've got a couple of tough games coming up.
Yeah.
And Origin.
Is Nico Hines just like the best bloke in the game? Do you reckon? He's got to be.
More than Mark Nichols?
And Jake? He's got to be up there, mate.
Jake?
Did he gave his medals and his medal and his jersey to Paul Green's kids?
No, I didn't say it.
So there was the inaugural Paul Green match, or I don't know what the title of it was. And he got a medal for man of the match.
I saw that.
He gave that and his number 7 jersey to Paul Green's kids.
I didn't see that, but I saw he won the medal. But yeah, great, very He's classy.
He's a classy.
He is a class act.
And honestly, dude, I've almost like to the point where, and I do stand by and we won't get too into it because we could do a whole episode on this, but I do still stand by Nico can only be in the New South Wales team if he's got the 6 on his back.
I disagree.
And I think he might get it. I think he could get it. I think we're only delaying.
Okay, stop. We've got about 5 minutes to wrap this up.
I'm just saying.
We cannot bring this up and wrap the episode up in 5 minutes.
I know, I'm just saying.
Next week we talk about this. Stop talking about it. Because if you keep going, we're not going to be able to wrap the episode up. Okay. Last point for the NRL back page. Dolphins versus Raiders. Jack Whiten showed up. Emotional interview afterwards. Ricky was emotional. Jack Whiten was emotional.
Yep.
Mate, you can tell that, mate, there's big love down there in Canberra, in Auckland.
Yeah.
It's sad to see Jack Whiten leave because, he's been an awesome servant to that club, and the club has also been awesome to him. Dally M winner, took him to a grand final. But, I mean, at some point in your career, I guess you kind of do have to be a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
And I guess he's doing that now.
Yeah. I back his move. And he'll try his heart out for Canberra for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He's not gonna put a step wrong.
I don't think he's never been that kind of player to give up. Like people saying, he won't try for Canberra. It's like, are you joking?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched this bloke play footy?
Yeah.
He would never do that.
That's like the reason he's in the New South Wales team every year.
Like that's the reason why everyone rates him so high. It's like the bloke has like unrivaled ticker.
Yeah. Yeah. Unrivaled, for sure.
People literally go, he literally has the best kick chase in the comp, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Mate, people questioning that bloke. Honestly, I reckon I rate him so much. Anyway, but
great game.
The Dolphins again, game on game, just providing with high entertainment stuff.
Yep.
Just high value games. They're just just backing it up every week with like a must watch.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
They nearly did it again. They were 18-0 down. Corey Horsburgh puts the ball dead for a 7-tackle set. I reckon Ricky's head nearly exploded on the spot. And then the Dolphins ran down the field and scored. It's sort of just back and forth. The Raiders kind of just always felt like they were going to get away with it. They always just still felt like they were in the more dominant position with the senior halves over or compared to the Fish. I'm shocked that no one in that Raiders team has kicked a field goal before.
That was an odd stat too. Very odd.
How's Jack White never kicked a field goal?
They're not a field goal team though. When do the Raiders ever go to Golden Point?
Well, clearly not. Clearly
they're
not.
They're not that kind of team.
It just like if you were like right now before that game, you had said, "Has Jack White never kicked a field goal?"
I thought Jared Croker would have kicked a field goal before.
Okay,
out of any of them, I would have thought Croker would have.
Yeah,
but obviously I'm wrong.
I would have thought
Rapiner.
Yeah,
he takes the dropouts.
Fogarty. I just would have thought anyway. Yeah. They did it. They got it done. Composure from Fogarty to beat the man and then slot it.
Yeah, that was class.
Do we even have time for any other sports?
Okay, yeah, we do. EPL. Okay, real quick EPL wrap. Top 4 pretty much solidifying now. Title race, I think it's over. City beat Arsenal. Mate, Arsenal just don't have that killer instinct. Maybe next year, lads. And the relegation race is heating up. It's getting closer somehow. Didn't think it was possible. Okay, next. NBA playoffs. Oh, far out. The NBA playoffs have been hectic. Top seed team, the NBA Bucks, kicked out by Miami Heat, who were the last place seeded team in the playoffs.
Is that 8th?
For the East, 8th. Hasn't been done in a long, long time. Credit where credit's due. Jimmy Butler, or Jimmy Buckets, as they call him, coming up with a couple big games. There's plenty of other good storylines, but we don't have time. The one thing I will say, though, LeBron versus Curry, Golden State versus the Lakers, coming up, playoffs. If you're going to watch a playoff series, it's literally...
Is it a 5-game series?
7.
History.
That's a history-making series, that one. It'll be remembered. That'll be massive. So watch. If you've got an ability to watch a basketball game, watch one of the Lakers Warriors games coming up because they will be awesome.
The Warriors are West Coast as well.
Yeah.
And what seed are they?
They were 5th and the Lakers were 7th.
Oh, okay.
Because the Lakers beat the Grizzlies and there was this guy in the Grizzlies. Well, first off, okay, I'll get into it real quick. Ja Morant on the Grizzlies team, who was second in... Sorry,
I'm just searching music here.
Oh, right. So Ja Morant, the Grizzlies, who were second in the NBA in the West, gave it the big one, saying, we're fine in the West, we don't care, blah, blah, blah. Another player in that team said, I don't respect LeBron, like, blah, 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 unless he drops like 40 on me. Kind of just talking heaps of shit about probably the best player to ever play. And then they lost. So everyone was very happy to see them eat a bit of humble pie. Yeah. Pretty much. They were just talking mad shit and they ended up losing. And then the Lakers gone through. Then they're versing the Warriors and Steph Curry.
That'll be a big game. I'm actually even kind of intrigued in that.
Yeah, watch it. If you can watch it, watch it. Music this week. Right, last segment, then we're wrapping up. Music this week. I've got the song Hurricane by the Band of Heathens.
Nice.
Good track for anyone who likes a bit of country.
Country,
bit of blues, bit of country. Woo! We're changing it up here, mate. We're changing it up.
Nice.
It was techno last week, and then it's country this week.
Yeah,
you just don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know we don't know what this playlist is gonna look like. Well, I don't even know what it looks like.
Well, it's about 10 weeks behind.
But yeah, it's a bit of everything on there.
Oh yeah,
bit of a mystery box.
That's us.
That's us. Thank you all for listening. Bit of a speed up today, but yes. Let us know what you think of the new formula of that we're thinking of doing. Reach out if you have any questions or, any good talking points for us that you want to hear us talk about. My name's Alexander.
My name's Cody.
And we'll see you next week.